It is easy to add a service endpoint to a virtual network. There are several services that Azure offers and they are compatible with service endpoint services. Azure Storage. Now, Azure Storage is generally available in all Azure regions. This endpoint gives traffic an optimal route to the Azure Storage Service. Each storage account will support up to 100 virtual network rules. Azure SQL Database and Azure SQL Data Warehouse also support service endpoints. Azure Database for Postgres SQL and MySQL are available in all regions where database service is available. Virtual network services, endpoints, and rules extend the private address space of your VNet to your Azure database for Postgres SQL Server or MySQL Server. These are platform as a service services available from Azure side. Cosmos DB is available in all Azure regions, and you can configure the Azure Cosmos account to allow access only from a specific subnet of your VNet. By enabling service endpoints to access Azure Cosmos DB on the subnet, the traffic from that subnet is sent to Cosmos DB with the identity of the subnet and virtual network. Once the Cosmos DB service endpoint is enabled, you can limit access to the subnet by adding it to your Cosmos account. Azure Key Vault. The virtual network service endpoints for the Key Vault allows you to restrict access to a specific virtual network. The endpoints also allow you to restrict access to the list of IPv4 address ranges. Any user connecting to your Key Vault from outside these sources is denied access. Other services like Azure Service Bus and Azure Event Hubs, although available in all Azure regions, the integration of Service Bus with VNet service endpoints will enable secure access to messaging capabilities from workloads like virtual machines. Azure Data Lake. These are also available in all Azure regions. This feature will help you secure your data lake storage account from external threats. Adding service endpoints can take up to 15 minutes to complete. Each service endpoint integration has its own Azure documentation page, which will be worth looking at when you are implementing a service endpoint for a particular PaaS offering from Azure.